Hi friends, welcome you all for today's session 2 of recruitment and selection. The previous class we discussed regarding to the job analysis, and in today's class we are going to discuss job analysis techniques. So to take up the very first job analysis technique, we are going to handle job analysis interview. So what is this job analysis interview? So in the previous class we have discussed what do you mean by job, what do you mean by job analysis, and you also know what is interview. So let's discuss what is job analysis interview. So to understand before the job analysis interview, let's first understand the meaning of incumbent. So incumbent is something, a person who is assigned with a roles, duties or some position is given to him. That we call him as incumbent. The person who is holding certain roles, duties or the position. Okay, to understand the definition of job analysis interview. So in job analysis interview, we are going to discuss the definition, classification, types, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so job analysis interview is one such method of job analysis. Job analysis interview is one of the method of job analysis. Here, what we are going to do is we are going to collect a variety of informations. We are going to collect what? A variety of informations from an incumbent. So we are collecting informations from the incumbent. That means the person who is having the assigned roles or the responsibilities or duties, we are collecting from such a person and we are asking this person, incumbent, to describe his task, duties, whatever is performing through the interview method. Very simple. So we are asking the incumbent to answer regarding to his roles and duties, what he is performing, and whatever the data we are collecting from this person, okay, regarding to one's roles or the duties, that we call it as the definition of job analysis interview. Okay, see, job analysis interview includes asking questions to both incumbents. You are asking a person, that is, you are asking a question to an incumbent, that is a person who is holding a job, or his supervisor also, the person who is monitoring that person. We can also ask him. We can also, from the person also, we can collect the information from the supervisor also, in either. Okay, and this job analysis interview can be done individually, okay, or it can also be done by group setting. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm calling each individual person and I'm digging information about their roles and the task what they're performing. That also I can do it individually, or what I do is a group. Okay, I'm calling for the group members to assemble. So in a group, I'm collecting the informations regarding to their duties and the roles what they're doing. So the collection of data or the information in job analysis interview can be done either individually or a group, and again either from an incumbent or a supervisor. Okay, so now coming to the classification. So the classification, we can classify the job analysis interview into 3. I've already told you can collect it individually, or you can collect it group wise, or you can also collect from the supervisor. So these 3 we're going to make it as a classification. So let's see the first one, individual interviews. Okay, here what I'm doing is in individual interviews, I'm doing an interview with each employees. So I'm calling each employees and I'm conducting an interview individually. I'm trying to collect the data of their roles and responsibilities, what they have been assigned and what they're performing. Okay, regarding to the jobs, I'm collecting the information individually. Okay, the second classification is group interview. Here what I'm doing is I'm collecting the data or the information with groups. Okay, with groups of employees having the same job. So remember, if I just want to collect the informations in the group wise, means they should also be from the similar functional area, functional group. That's what I mean. Okay, next one, that is the interview supervisor. What I'm doing is from the supervisor I'm trying to collect the data. Okay, the supervisor who is monitoring the employees now, because they are the knowledgeable person, who are knowledgeable because they are the expertise person who will be having a familiar knowledge regarding the task performed. So from them also we are trying to collect the information, okay, about the job being analyzed, what they do in the daily routine operations job. So we are going to dig the information from the supervisor also. So this is how we try to classify the job analysis interview. So it can be either individual or group or supervisor. Okay, hope you understood, friends, the classification, how it is done in the job analysis interview. Okay, now I'll just come back to the definition part to make you clear. See, job analysis is such a method. Okay, it's one of the job analysis method. What you're doing is you're trying to collect, okay, variety of informations, okay, variety of informations, that too job related information, what one employee is performing, and this employee we can call him as a incumbent. Okay, incumbent means a person who is assigned such a role, duties or task. Okay, from him we are trying to collect the information where he is going to describe his roles or the task or the duties what is performing. Sometimes we try to collect from the incumbent or also from his supervisors. We are trying to collect from the supervisors also. And how these informations are being collected is either we are collecting individually or group setting. Okay, so that is what the classification says here. If you want to try to collect the information, what we are doing is we are trying to collect it either individually, okay, individual incumbent, okay, or in a group, and these group members should be of a similar group, similar task. They should be doing a similar task, roles or the responsibilities who are handling. Okay, those people we are taking. Okay, and the next one is interview from the supervisor, because they are knowledgeable in that particular area. So we are going to take the information from the supervisors here. Okay, and the later part it is going to be analyzed. Okay, now next coming to the job analysis interview types. Okay, let's see the types. Here the interviews can be conducted either structurally or unstructurally. So these are the two types of interview what usually you do it. Okay, one is unstructured way of interview, other one is structured way of interview. Unstructured interview is something where the conversation, okay, the conversation with the incumbent, okay, whatever you try to prepare the questionnaire, so it is like it's not on the conversation based. Okay, and it is something a predetermined line of investigation. It's not structured, and the conversation with an prepared questionnaire. It is not a prepared questionnaire, and it is a predetermined type of investigation what we can say. Whereas structured interview is something which is planned, which is structured, okay, where you have this planned structured interview takes more time consuming, because you are giving more time to list out the questionnaires, okay, interview questions and all, so more time is taken, and even the training is also needed. To draft a questionnaire, okay, interview questions, there even the training is needed. Okay, these are the two types of interview, okay, that is a job analysis interview. One is a structured way you can do it, or unstructured way you can do it. But the most effective interview is structured kind of interview here. Got it? Okay, now let's see the advantages and disadvantages here. What are the advantages of this technique, and what are the disadvantages of job analysis interview? Very simple. The advantages of this method is it allows the incumbent to describe. Here what the incumbent is doing is we are giving a liberty to him where he is describing his roles, duties, responsibilities, or the task whatever he is doing. He is describing it. Okay, sometimes these things are not observed, okay, and it is also in an inexpensive manner he is trying to give it us. So what we can say is these are the advantages, where it's a liberty given to an incumbent, where is expressing his roles, duties performed, and it's one of the inexpensive method, and it's from the observation. Whatever he has observed from his job, he is trying to describe that, and he is going to tell us during the interview time. So that's the one of the advantages here. Whereas the disadvantages is incumbent, what happens is during this interview time, he omit the task. Yes, naturally when we are conducting the interview, there are chances that the incumbent can omit certain tasks and the duties, what he is doing. So he may not answer, and also more time consuming. Okay, and again training is also needed. So that is the one thing. If I just want to pull the informations from the incumbent, what I'm supposed to do is it takes more time and more training is needed, okay, because the incumbent should answer, because he should describe his roles, duties, responsibilities. If I give what training to him, then he is eligible of answering what role he is doing. Hence, what we can say is job analysis interview are structured conversation. What we can say is they are the structured conversation between job analyst and one or more subject matter expert. So what we can say, it's job analysis interview. It's one of the structured kind of conversation what it is happening between incumbent, supervisor, or between the job analyst and subject matter expert. What we can call the subject matter expert here is, it's an incumbent because he is a expertise person, yes, because he is performing something, he knows his duties, roles and all, responsibilities and all. Also the supervisor can also be considered as a subject matter expert here. Got it? So this is a brief the thing what we discussed regarding to the job analysis interview. So remember, if you get a chance to explaining what is the job analysis interview, keep in mind you can answer it with the definition part, the classification part, the types part, and then you discuss the advantages, disadvantages, and remember one word, the incumbent. Okay, where this guy is been asked, he has been interviewed to say about his duties, roles, responsibilities. Okay, yeah. Now moving on to the next, that is the questionnaire. Okay, we are moving to the next technique of job analysis, that is nothing but the questionnaire part. Okay, see, questionnaire again, it's a interview already, even the questionnaire also you know. What is questionnaire? It's a kind of thing, it's a kind of a survey what we try to take from the respondents, selected respondents, and where a set of questions will be there, whether it can be close-ended questions or open-ended questions, where they're giving the answers. Okay, see, in this method, okay, questionnaire method is a detailed, it's a questionnaire regarding to the job analysis questionnaire. It's a very detailed kind of questionnaire what we can say. Next one, it is prepared by who prepares the questionnaire? The next question arrives. So here, the job analyst, okay, he tries to prepare the questionnaire and it has been distributed among the workers. Okay, remember, questionnaire, it's a detailed questionnaire which has been prepared by a job analyst. We got a job analyst, we call them as a specialist or expertise who does design the jobs and all. Now, those people tries to create the questionnaire, and later part these questionnaire are been distributed to the workers. Okay, and then when I distribute the questionnaire to the workers, even I can take to prepare drafting the questionnaire. Now, these experts, job analyst experts, they can also take the opinion or the help from the supervisors, because they are knowledgeable person regarding to the task or the roles. Okay, so we can also take up the help of the supervisor. The help can be sorted. Okay, now the structured questionnaire, okay, must cover all the job related tasks and the behavior. See, if I see again in the questionnaire, if I call this questionnaire is a very structured one, very planned one, then what and all it should try to cover in this questionnaire is the questions what it should be covered is, it should cover one is the job related questions or the task related questions. Other one is the behavior related question should be there. Remember, there are two parts in this questionnaire. One is regarding to the task, other one is regarding to the behavior aspect. Okay, these questions we are trying to put it in the questionnaire here. Okay, that is also one of the way of, it's one of the method of job analysis. Okay, here what we do is each task, okay, what an employee's incumbent is performing and the behavior, what incumbent is possessing during the performance are being described. They have been described. Okay, that's what I said, na detailed questionnaire. So here, when I'm just framing the questions, what I keep in mind is the task performed by incumbent. So detailed task questions I'm shooting here, as well as the behavioral norms questions I'm shooting here. Okay, so what and all I can just put a question is, it's a detailed one I told, like starting from the features of the job, it can be, or the importance of the job, what he is doing, or the differences what he sees in the job and the behavior, okay, the frequency and the relationship what exists between the interpersonal relations, and also the overall performance what is doing. So like this I keep up certain parameters when I'm drafting the questions regarding to the task and the behavior. Okay, so regarding to the task I'm asking the questions, again I am regarding to the behavior I'm asking the questions. So to list very few, I said it can be the features such as the importance, differences, frequency, a relationship, and even the performance related, we can try to ask the questions here. And questionnaire, it's it's very highly economical one. Okay, highly economical is, it's a one of the very cheapest mode of digging the informations. Okay, it's not so expensive and it covers the larger number of job holders, and also at the same time the quantitative wise you can try to cover a huge number of people. Okay, and can be quantified here. That is a one advantage. It's highly commercial. That means highly economical it is, and you can at the same time you can cover the larger number of quantified holders here, top holders it is. And next one is questionnaire. It is a time consuming, because I've already told it's a structured questionnaire. You have to invest more time has to be given, so it is time consuming and does not yield satisfied results. Sometimes whatever the questionnaire I distribute to the job holders, we cannot expect the answers to be right, so there cannot be satisfied results. At the same time, we can also expect the incorrect informations. Don't think that whatever the questions we are shooting them, whatever the answers they are giving back cannot be sometimes true. They can also be incorrect, or it can also be the false information regarding to their task and the behavior. Because somewhere if an incumbent comes to know that they have been observed, okay, they have been watched, so naturally their answers vary. So that is what we can see in the questionnaire. So the next is here some of the standard questionnaire. Okay, some of the standard questionnaire that are widely used. Okay, what we try to use in questionnaire is, you will see in the further techniques also, but to list I'll just say job analysis, this one, position analysis questionnaire. Okay, it is also one of the type of questionnaire like that we'll discuss, okay, when it comes. And even MPDQ or FJA, okay, these are the, to name list, these are the very few questionnaire here. So thus what we can say is job analysis questionnaire is there, it is then asked to the subject matter experts. Okay, we are trying to ask the subject experts or the workers or the supervisors to record their job information. We are asking them to record their job information in writing. Questionnaire itself speaks, it is in the writing form. Okay, and this can be either open-ended questionnaire or close-ended questionnaire. Okay, all of us know what is open-ended and all of us know what is close-ended also here. See, open-ended is something where respondents to provide their own answers. Okay, here there are no options. Okay, in the questionnaire there are no options are given to the incumbents, so they are very free. The respondents are very free to answer the questions here. They are answering their own, okay, to the questions in the own way they are trying to give the answer. Whereas in the close-ended, you have a limited options being given, so they have to select from the answers what it has been listed or provided in the questionnaire. Okay, so close-ended is something where you have a restrictions in that selected answers. You have answers in that list, whatever we have been provided, they have to answer from that part. So among these two, open and the close-ended, if you ask which is more effective way of questionnaire, close-ended questionnaire are more effective to assess one's job as well as the behavior. Got it? So this is the meaning of questionnaire here. So remember friends, questionnaire, when I speak, it's something where the questions have been asked, okay, to the incumbent, okay, with the help of, how are we preparing this questionnaire? With the help of a job analyst and a supervisor, we are trying to prepare a questionnaire. Either it can be open-ended or close-ended questions. Open-ended is something where the incumbents are free to answer regarding to the job and the behavior, whereas in the close-ended, it's been restricted. Okay, the answers are being given, they have to pick from the listed answers. So questionnaire, what it must be there in the questionnaire is, it must cover the job related task questions as well as behavior related questions it should cover. Okay, and keeping in such a mind that you have to cover in the detailed way you are asking, describing in terms of features, importance, differences, frequency, relationship and the performance, etc, etc, etc. Remember that this questionnaire is highly economical and at the same time large numbers. You can reach the large numbers and time consuming also. At the same time it is time consuming. Okay, the next one is job analysis inventory. The next technique is job analysis inventory. It's one of the third technique what we are going to discuss in the job analysis technique, job analysis inventory. Okay, so now let's understand what is this job analysis inventory. A task inventory method, we can also call it as a job analysis inventory or task inventory method also, where it is trying to identify with the help of employees and manager. When trying to identify with the help of employees and managers to list of tasks and their descriptions. Okay, we are just taking the help of the employees as well as the managers and they are describing their task. We are asking them to describe their roles, responsibilities, tasks and the duties, the components of different job, whatever the different jobs they are performing now. So we are trying to ask them to describe their different occupations or different jobs in a detailed manner. Okay, so this is used when large number of jobs are there. Remember that job analysis inventory, na, it is used when you have a larger number of jobs in an occupational category are to be analyzed. When you want to analyze a huge number of professions or occupations of the category, na, job related categories, then we are applying job analysis inventory is being used for the mass way. And incumbents cannot be interviewed individually. Remember here, we are not in a job analysis inventory. Incumbents are not interviewed individually. Whereas in the job analysis interview, incumbents were interviewed either individually or in the group, or we are taking the help of a supervisor. Here, remember, incumbents cannot be interviewed individually. Incumbents can respond to tasks listed by interview. Remember, he has not been interviewed individually, but he can respond to the listed, whatever the listed we have been asked to describe. Now, there he can do it. That is one. And these tasks then allow influences about wherever when we are asking them to describe their roles or the task or the responsibilities, duties. There they are going to describe what is the knowledge required to perform this job. What is the skill required to perform this duty, and what is the ability a person should possess to perform a job. So all these things have been listed out. So all these are going to be influenced, knowledge, skill, ability, though they are going to come into picture. So needed to perform the job. So to perform the job, remember, even these three descriptions are being expected. Okay, and task inventory are structured. Remember, task job analysis inventory, they are structured one, or even task inventory are structured. That means they are very systematically planned, and it's a kind of a process way it goes off. So it's a structured one, and this focuses on three major types. Job analysis inventory focuses on three types of task analysis. So when we are doing this, when you are describing the job or a role, when it has been asked for an employer or manager to describe regarding to that in a very structured manner, okay, we are going to check whether these three types again are there. Worker related, job related, and cognitive aspect is there. Remember, so what we're going to try to find out from this job analysis inventory is whether worker aspect is worker oriented is been there, job oriented is there, and cognitive oriented is there. So next we'll see what it explained regarding to worker oriented, job oriented, cognitive oriented. Let's see. Okay, here worker oriented. What does it mean, worker oriented? Worker oriented means what in job analysis inventory? See, worker oriented is, it focuses on general human behaviors. Worker oriented. So it's mainly focusing on the behavior of the humans required, okay, by the workers to perform a particular job. So this job is there. So to perform this job, what kind of behaviors we are expecting from a employee? So that it describes. So what behavior is required. And next one, job oriented. Job oriented is to perform that particular job, what is the technologies? It is focusing on the technologies involved in the job. So what is knowing regarding to the technologies? So job oriented, it's focusing on the technologies involved in that particular job. To perform that particular job, what are the technologies we are just adopting there? And cognitive orientation focuses on the cognitive aspects, cognitive components. What do you mean by cognitive? Cognitive is something about the people perception, okay, their reasoning, okay, what they carry, the stereotype, the perception, what we say, so that we say regarding that particular job. So whatever the job they're doing, they carry some what we can say is attitude, some reasoning, or some perception. Every person carry regarding that particular job what they're doing. So when they're performing, that we say the cognitive orientation. Okay, that's the focusing on the cognitive component. Okay, hope friends you understood what is job analysis inventory. Remember, job analysis inventory is with the help of the employees and the manager, we are asking them to describe their whatever the jobs or the duties they are doing. So we are asking them, and with the help of a supervisor also we are taking, and they are trying to describe here. And what we are trying to do is, we are trying to see whether in that particular job analysis inventory is trying to give us, is trying to speak regarding to the worker aspect, job aspect, and the cognitive aspect. That we are going to check it here. So that is one of the method here. Now coming to the next job analysis technique. Okay, the next job analysis technique is position analysis questionnaire. I've already told questionnaire, it's one of the type. Okay, position analysis questionnaire. So remember, it's again based on the questionnaire kind of the technique only. Here the little bit changes is what we have to try to understand is job analysis questionnaire. It's also called as functional job analysis. We also call it as a functional job analysis, or else it is also called PAQ. PAQ means what? Position analysis questionnaire. Okay, here it's a standardized questionnaire. Okay, it's one of the standards. See, whenever I say questionnaire, it has to be a structured one, it has to be a standard one, whether it can be open-ended or closed-ended, but meaningfully it should be a closed-ended questionnaire. Okay, here also it's a very one standardized questionnaire. What it is doing is to quantify the work-oriented job elements. It's focusing on the work-oriented. Okay, and the job elements it is focusing here. See, this job position analysis questionnaire, it contains 194 items. It is containing 194 items, and these been divided into, those 194 items are divided into 6 major divisions. So good to keep it, remember 194, it's quite difficult. So what they're doing is 194 items have been divided into 6 major divisions. Okay, remember this position analysis questionnaire, it permits management, okay, it permits the management to scientifically and quantitatively, we can just group the interrelated job elements into different job dimensions. Remember, position analysis questionnaire, what it is doing is, it gives us scientific answers. It gives us the scientific answers as well as quantitative answers. It's going to give us the quantitative answer also. And here, in this questionnaire, we are going to try to assess the interrelated job elements. There is a cross-functional jobs, what we call functional jobs, cross-functional jobs. We can try to assess the interrelated jobs here. What are the elements or the components coming when it comes to the interrelated job aspects, and the different job dimensions are being assessed here. That is a position analysis questionnaire. And again, when I say this questionnaire, always there are certain ratings will be there. Okay, few ratings we have to do it. Same way, position analysis questionnaire also, rating scales have been used. We try to use the rating scales here. So how are we using the rating scale is extent of use. To what extent we are using this questionnaire, position analysis questionnaire, when it comes to the job analysis aspect. To what extent we are using, and the time. So how much time it is taking. This questionnaire, how much time it takes. This technique, how much time it takes, and importance. How much importance is this questionnaire is having, and possibilities of occurrence. So what is the possibilities of occurrence? Okay, application, we are going to see the applicability and the special code. Okay, so these are the rating scales we try to use when we are using the position analysis questionnaire, like extent of use, time has been seen, importance has been seen, and the occurrence and application and the special code. And usually this position analysis questionnaire, where do we use this? We try to use in training. Okay, moreover what we do is we try to use in the training. Okay, it can be before training, after training. Okay, and then the selection. Okay, during the selection time, and the data collection. Even during the data collection, we try to use this position analysis questionnaire. PAQ has been used. So next, what we can try to understand from this position analysis questionnaire is, next is, among this 194, whatever I said, it has been classified into 6 divisions and all. So let's see what are the employees' activities that comes into picture. Okay, employees' activities, what it comes into picture here. Okay, PAQ. The one is information input. First, we have to remember what? Information input. That is, where and how does employee gets the information. The very first one is, in this position analysis questionnaire, we are just asking the employees' activities in this. Okay, that is very first one is information input. Here, how and where an employee gets information regarding to one's performance of job, what he is doing. whatever the job is doing na. So where is he getting the information? How is he getting the information? This is what we try to put it in information input. Okay, next one is mental process. Okay, next how. Okay, how is he reasoning? Okay, employee during the job na, what is performing the job or the roles or the duties, what mental process is applying. Okay, what is that reasoning is applying, what is the decision making is applying, how is he planning, okay, to perform that particular job, task or the duty na. So what is that planning is doing, etc. So one way we see the input, how and where he is collecting the information to perform that particular job. Other side we are seeing his mental process. So what is that reasoning is applying, decision making is doing or the planning is doing, etc. At the same time we are going to see the coding and decoding. Coding and decoding is the physical activities. That is, what is that to perform that particular job na, what is that instrument he is using. Okay, what are the instrument he is using. Okay, that is the physical activities we say, and relationship with others. Okay, interpersonal relations. To perform a job, one task or any job, we need certain help from we have to work in a team. Okay, or the group dynamics na. So here coding, decoding is one, we are going to see what are the instruments he is going to use to perform that particular job. Other side we are going to see is interpersonal relations to perform that particular job na. So what help is taking from the team members. And the job context, next one is the job context. In what physical or the social context the worker is performing. Okay, again the physical and the social context is the previous, like a coding and the decoding only. And other job characteristics like activities, the conditions and the characteristics. So we are going to see the activities, conditions and the characteristics. So keeping in mind, remember that employees activities. So what is that employees activities are doing in this PAQ, position analysis questionnaire is, one we are seeing the information input, other one we are seeing the mental process, and then we are seeing the coding, decoding, job context and other job characteristic. Okay, now let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages of PAQ. Okay, here advantages, what I mean is advantage, the very first advantage is, when I say questionnaire, it has to be structured. Okay, it has to be what? Structure one. So that's the one advantage here. And when it is structure, it's again we say quantity. It says about the quantification. So easy quantification. It's very easy for the quantification. And when you have a structure here, you have a quantification there. So results are fast. Okay, results are what? Fast. So one more advantage is results are much faster here. And then we can rely on this data. We can rely on this information. Okay, and there is so much of reliability is there. So once the reliability is there, replication is also there. You get the how many times you try, you get the same accurate answers. Replication is there. So these are the advantages of PAQ. The one is it is very structured, it is easy quantification, results are very easy and fast, and it is reliable and replicable. So those are the advantages. And coming to the disadvantages, what are the disadvantages? It's one of the language. Okay, you have a language problem here because reading level is quite difficult because you have to read the questionnaire. Na? So there are language, the problem comes into picture there, and again the reading level, okay, that is also one of the disadvantages because it's too difficult for some of the people to read the questionnaire, and taxonomic approach is also one of the disadvantages here. Hope you understood now what is this position analysis questionnaire here. Okay, so now moving to the last technique of job analysis techniques or the methods is subject matter expert. Okay, so in today's we are coming to the end of the session and we are going to discuss this subject matter expert here. See, subject matter expert, it can also be called as SME, subject matter expert, or job expert work. We call it as what? SME or job expert work. Okay, see, this subject matter experts is a workshops, okay, where it consists of group of people. Okay, you have a group of people where it is of 10 to 20 members. Okay, job incumbents will be there here. What I say in the subject matter experts, it's a group of 10 to 20 members. Okay, and all these incumbents who work with a group leader, they're all working with a group leader to produce a job analysis. It's one of the method. The team is of subject experts sitting here with a leader will be there to monitor, okay, to guide and to inspire, okay, and they all are there to produce a job analysis they are doing here. And the participants are selected for the knowledge of the job. So again, how are we forming the team here? I said it is a team of 10 to 12 members, 10 to 20 people. Okay, so how are we selecting? So selection is based on the knowledge of the job. Okay, what is the experience they're carrying regarding the particular job, and they are referred. Okay, if they're really versed in their experience or the job content oriented regarding to the particular job what they're performing, and we refer them as SME, subject matter expert, or job expert work we call them as. And what are the general steps, okay, what I do follow? Okay, general steps what I do follow in subject matter expert is, first I try to select and preparing. I first select and prepare the subject matter expert, and then once me selecting and preparing, what I do is then I try to identify and rate job task. So the very first step is the selection is over, then the preparation is over. Then afterwards I am identifying and rating the task, job task. Okay, whatever the to assess part, whatever it has been given to the expert team. So what they're doing is they are identifying and rating the job task there, and next afterwards they're going to identify and rate the knowledge, skill, ability to perform that particular job. One way they are identifying and rating the job task, and the other way they are identifying and rating the KSA, that is knowledge, skill, ability. Okay, and next last one is the judging, selecting measures. Judging, selecting measures. Once after even the knowledge, skill, ability has been assessed, identified and rated, okay, these particular job expert work team, what they're going to do is judging, selecting, measure. That is the job content, relevance they're going to measure. Alright, so these are the general 4 steps what we can say, that is the selecting and preparing they do, and identifying and rating they do, identifying and rating of the job one way they do, and even the knowledge, skill, ability they do, and once they are doing all this thing, judging, selecting, measures. So by this we are ending with the session 2 of job analysis. Thank you very much.